Hey everyone. I know it's like a minute early, but oh well. Let's get started now. Thanks for joining me today. I know I've talked to many of you like individually of what my schedule is like, what I've been adding to my life lately. So I thought I'd just share with everybody what's going on in my life. Um, so this summer, okay, I've been with VIPKID for 4 years and it is awesome. I started out when it was a baby company. Baby company, VIPKID. I think at the time in August 2016, it had about 3,000 teachers, which is a lot worldwide. But now, 4 years later, it has 100,000 teachers worldwide. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I have thoroughly enjoyed my time with VIPKID. But as the time has progressed, there's always that side worry of, oh, what if I lose my job with the VIPKID, or what if I, get too many negative feedbacks, or what if the company goes under, or whatever? What else can I do? So this summer, I've been applying to various companies and trying to figure out a schedule that balances a lot of different companies, so I can stay home with my kids. But I can also bring in a good income and I don't have to worry about what if one company doesn't work out. So this summer was an adventure of going through the processes of hiring all over again. um, so now I work for a lot. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Casey. Thanks for coming in. And as you pop in, just say hi, like, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. So I had this worry in my mind a couple years ago, back in spring of 2019. So I applied for Gogokid at the time, and I worked a couple months with Gogokid. But I thought to myself, oh, I'm making more money with VIPKID, so I'm just gonna not do Gogokid very much. It's a great company, I like it, but it's all about the money for me. I know, but I kept it open. Okay, I kept renewing the contract. I did the certification so that I would keep it as an option, and I'm really glad I did, because this summer I had to take a break from VIPKID for a while. So I took a break from that and I opened my Gogokid back up because I wanted to get that back up and running. And because I was dormant for so long, my ratings went way down. I didn't know I could do that. Did you know I could do that? I had like a 95% rating, getting good incentives, and suddenly it dropped down to 40 points. Inactivity, maybe? I mean, I was inactive for like a year and a half, but when I started up again, I was opening like all 28 PPTs time slots, and I have to work my way back up the rating scales. It was crazy. I was back at tier 1 all over again. Made it to tier 2. Once you get to tier 3, then you can start getting incentives for teaching multiple classes in a day. So now I'm finally on the verge of tier 3. I've got, hi Benjamin, I've got 72 points out of 100, and I'm going to keep working my way up with feedbacks, with opening slots, with teaching a certain number of classes, and whatever else they make you do. So I'm doing that. Also this summer, I interviewed and got hired with itutorgroup. That was a good company too. It's a lot less stuff per slides, and so you have time to kind of elaborate on them. Some slides are more heavily academic than others. Certain programs, you teach groups of people, like three or so kids at a time, or even adults. You can teach adults. With the adults, you just hear the audio. There's no visual for the adults at all, because it is, worldwide adults. And so these don't do pictures. With the kids, they can choose to show their pictures or not. So that's kind of weird. I'm so used to VIPKID and Gogokid where you have to see the student. In itutorgroup, you don't have to see the student. You just have to hear them. So I'm always listening to go, does it sound like a kid? Which is hard when there's like a 15-year-old boy. It's like, are you a boy or an adult? Oh, well, you just don't teach them. So that's kind of fun, trying to orchestrate it so that the students speak most of the time. And I like the fact that in itutorgroup, it actually tells you how much percentage who's teaching or who's speaking. So it can show how much I'm speaking percentage of the time and how much student 1 is and student 2 is. So I make sure that whoever's not speaking very much, I'm asking them a lot of questions, or they're asking each other questions, and I'm just moderating, because I want to have them speak the most. And that's totally different. I'm not used to that. I'm used to me me asking a question, they answering it. I'm getting used to them asking and answering questions. And I got hired right away. And I got classes right away with itutorgroup this summer. With itutorgroup, you are required to open up 5 hours per week. They have to be PPT time, so that Chinese time of 7 to 9 p.m., which is like the best time for VIPKID and Gogokid and itutorgroup. So I did that. Okay, they get 5. They get Fridays and Saturdays because that's the most likely to get booked. Psh, done. And then I started getting booked with Gogokid. I didn't want to double book myself a little bit, so I decided, okay, not Gogokid on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. We'll just do Sundays through Thursdays Gogokid, and then short notice VIPKID, and then itutorgroup. Well, I wanted to get those incentives for Gogokid, so I opened up all the slots. But one thing that I should warn you about itutorgroup is you can cancel, which is cool. You can cancel with no repercussions. You can cancel more than 24 hours out, or sometimes less than 24 hours out. But don't ever cancel under 4 hours unless you have like a good excuse, like a doctor's note or something, because that would be bad. So I would send, 24-hour cancellations saying, oh, I got a schedule conflict. Well, I did not know that if you do that like 3 weeks in a row, they freeze your account. I wish I'd known that. So now you know that. If you go to itutorgroup, make sure you keep some slots open. Okay, make sure you teach at least once a week. You can cancel a little bit, but make sure you constantly am teaching, because now my account's frozen and part of me doesn't know if I want to go back with them or not. It's a great company. But in comparison to my pay, itutorgroup pays the least of the 3 companies with what I was offered. Now, different people are offered different things. Different people have different pay scales with Gogokid and VIPKID, itutorgroup. So you have to make your own personal choice. But to me, I was making less money with itutorgroup and having that stress of having to open up 5 slots every week. I could not make the incentives with Gogokid. I couldn't choose. Yes, I could cancel, but now I'm like, do I want to commit? It's hard. At the same time as I was hired with itutorgroup in the summer, I was also hired with Blingabc. That's another online program that I found through Casey's interviews with other fellow teachers. So I interviewed with them in July. I got through, got my mock, got my contract, yes, and waited. Because you teach longer classes. You teach like semester-long classes. And so I waited, and they paid pretty well. So I waited, and nothing happened. I'm like, fine, whatever. I guess I'm not going to do Blingabc. I'll just do Gogokid and VIPKID. Well, last week, 4 months later, okay, 4 months later, I get emails saying you need to like accept or reject these classes for like the whole semester. You have 24 hours to decide. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, if I don't say yes as a newbie, I might be kicked out. So as a newbie, you want to say yes to everything. So I said yes. And then I realized, oh, well, some of them are with where I already booked with Gogokid's Frenzy. So I've had to cancel 2 classes so far, 2 classes on 2 different days. I think I can make the rest work. I was able to kind of hint at one of my students saying, hey, I can't work this day. And so she canceled, so I don't have to worry about that. So I now have 2 cancellations on my Gogokid contract that renews in January. So as long as I'm good, then I'm good. And now that I know my schedule for Bling requires you to open up 8 hours every week. And they're 40-minute classes, they're 40-minute time slots. And so they actually pay really well for those 40 time slots, and they pay really well on the weekends. If you work on a Saturday or Sunday, you get an extra $3 per class. Nice. So I decided to do Saturdays and Sundays, and that made 3 hours and 3 hours. I'm like, oh, I need 8. I'll do Wednesday. So Wednesday, I'm going to do 3 hours as well. No, that makes 9. So for my schedule, I've got Saturdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays. For Bling, okay. Then I Frenzy for Gogokid, because I don't get that many for Gogokid. I might only get like 3 or 4 a week. So I Frenzy for Gogokid. And then every day I look to see where I have it, and I short notice VIPKID. I've been getting a lot of VIPKID trials lately, and so those slots are pretty well filling up. So I don't care if it's a short notice, like a student no-show, I still get paid for sitting here at my desk. Sometimes I get the bonus for converting the student. So that's how I do those Chinese times. Okay, those China times I do Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays. Bling ABC. Let's see if I get my calendar out. There, my calendar. Yep. So here's what I do. You can do whatever you want. I kind of decided I'd drop itutorgroup for now because that was too much. I couldn't do 4 Chinese companies. That was just too much. So Sundays I do Bling ABC, Saturdays I do Bling ABC, and Wednesdays I do Bling ABC. Okay, and this is the 7 to 9 p.m. Chinese slots, which for me in Idaho, this is the 4 to 6 a.m. Okay, now Bling ABC actually starts at 3:40 because they have 40-minute time slots. 4:20. Good. Okay. And then there's another time slot and another time slot. Okay. So then from 6 to 7 a.m., I will short notice the, or even for Frenzy, open for VIPKID because only trialists can book that and the few Chinese people who don't live in China who live elsewhere in the world, which is not that many. So I always open this one for VIPKID, and then Gogokid gets the Frenzy, and VIPKID gets short notice. Are you guys confused yet? Totally. Yes, completely confused. Yes, Kelly. Yes, you have to open. Yeah, I gotta open Gogokid for the Frenzy too. But now I have to make sure I'm not gonna work Saturdays, Sundays, or Wednesdays Gogokid. Nope, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to be double booked. Which means I lose out in the weekly incentives they have going on now. The $20 a week, $30 a week, whatever it is. I don't get those anymore because I can't do all 28 PPTs. But I'm getting that money through Bling ABC. So it's kind of a yes. Oh yes, Kelly, I do have a very supportive husband. I love him so much. He was actually to help me do some research this summer, looking for other online teaching jobs. And so with his research and looking at Casey's channel and listening to Tim, he had some great companies too. I picked the companies that worked best in my schedule. So those are my 3 or 4, if you call it itutorgroup, Chinese-based companies. I also have one that's not based in China, which means I can work any time of the day, and that's outschool. So I started outschool back in May. So like a month or 2 before my VIPKID got on review, almost got fired, scary time. And I'll tell you that in another video. And outschool's been great. I can open up anytime, day and night, because we have children taken all over the world. Most of my kids come from the United States, so I kind of teach based on United States time. Plus my China-based time is kind of filled with these other companies. So I teach during nap times. I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, and having them run around the house while I teach doesn't work out for me. So thankfully my 1-year-old still takes 2 naps a day. So when she goes down for her morning nap, I'll teach 1 half-hour class for my students. And then when she goes down for her afternoon nap about 3:30, I teach another 1 half-hour class. Sometimes in the morning I can sneak one in before she wakes up, but sometimes not so much. I never know when she's going to wake up between 7 and 7:45-ish. So which means she could wake up any time right now because it's almost 7:30. But we're good so far. And those kind of book, but don't always book because it's really early for Americans. Most East Coaster, and then it's like 9:15. It's not bad. I teach 3-year-olds to 8-year-olds. That's my niche. Niche. I don't know. You can say it however you want to say it. That's my niche. And I'm teaching science and math to 3 to 8-year-olds, and I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it with outschool. Let me know if you guys teach for outschool and what you teach. Let me know what other companies you teach for. I know many of my friends out here are VIPKID teachers. Oh, that reminds me. My background stays the same for all my classes. The only thing I change is my sign. I go VIPKID and go, boop, Gogokid. Now I'm a Gogokid teacher. I'm a VIPKID teacher. I'm a Gogokid teacher. And then I have over here, I'm a Bling ABC teacher. I'm an art school teacher. So any day I can just quickly switch my sign, and that's who I am for that class. Which means when I have back-to-back classes between different companies, Like Gogokid and VIPKID are both 25-minute classes. So I can go back and forth on their apps on my computer, back and forth. Outschool is during the daytime. Blingabc is 40-minute classes, which means I cannot bounce back and forth. I have to give them a full day's worth, pretty much. So that can just kind of stay up here. But that's how I make things easy and generic for me. I have chosen not to display my dinos anymore because it makes too hard to reset between classes. So I just have my student-made pictures that we've made since December. I have a video talking about how I make these. And then I have generic rewards, which is stars. I've just tried to go very kid-friendly and generic that can go for all companies because that to me just makes my life so easier. Okay, so that's how I schedule my time. I teach the Chinese-based companies in the morning, 4 to 6 a.m. Blingabc first, Frenzy for Gogokid, short notice for VIPKID. Then throughout the day, I do outschool. And so my goal is to bring in about $2,000 to $2,500 a month myself, give or take, to help out my family and then if I like a company, I could go with a full-fledged, but I really think that it's wise right now to diversify. Oh, it says my connection's unstable. Okay, it's coming back. I'll close some things that I don't need right now. Oh yeah, sweetie, you didn't know about my signs? I guess I snuck them up here and you didn't see them. But it makes my life so easy. I got these really hard plastic things in my kindergarten teaching school, and you can just slide the papers right in. It's pretty cool. And they sit up. Kelly, that's a good idea. Just your name with no company. That's a really good idea. Unfortunately, some of my companies require you have the company logo. Like Blingabc requires their logo to be shown. When I taught for itutorgroup earlier, it required itutorgroup to be shown. Now they don't need it, but Blingabc still needs it. So I thought, well, if Blingabc still needs it, I might as well just put them for all of them. And that way I can, if a trial comes in, they can see it. I could just do Teacher Rebecca and then have it, but they've given me different names. Okay, so if you had VIPKID, I'm Rebecca F. So when I teach a trial, they can find me again. With Gogokid, I'm Rebecca AC, so they can book me again. With Blingabc, I'm Rebecca FO, because that's the first 2 letters of my last name. And outschool, I could just choose my name for outschool. So I thought, I'll just make 4 signs because I got different names for everybody. There's a lot of Rebeccas out there. Maybe not as many as, other names, but there's enough that it could be confusing. So personal opinion, I just did for all of them. That way I can just put up whatever. But that's a good idea, Kelly. Just if you just want to go by Kelly, great. If you want to have your show name on there, that's how I did mine. Yeah, any questions before I go? I know it's a lot to kind of throw at you. But if you want to join any of those companies, the referral links are below in the comment description box, wherever. I'd like to, help you out if you need help. If you have any questions, I've dabbled a little bit. This weekend were my first classes with Blingabc. I taught 1 yesterday on Saturday, and I taught 2 today. Blingabc are group classes. They're all group classes. They can have as little as 1 on 3, which means 1 teacher to 3 students, as up to 1 to 20 students. Yes, but what's kind of cool is that they group them. So they group up to 6 kids per group. So you go group 1, group 2, group 3, and you bring each group up to the top. I know, Benjamin, I don't know what AC is for. Just like got assigned. Probably because Rebecca F was already taken by another Rebecca F out there. And so they just gave me Rebecca AC. I'm like, fine, I'm Rebecca AC. It's just a random. A lot of these companies, they don't want to display your last name for privacy reasons. So they just give you a last jumble of letters so that they know which Rebecca you are, or which Kelly you are, or which Benjamin you are. So that way it has a little bit of identification. Yeah. So back to Blingabc, you've got groups. So you guys like groups of people that you bring up to the top, and you talk to those 6 people 3, 4, 5, or 6 people, and then they're unmuted. And then when you're dead, you click next group, and group 2 goes up. Group 1 goes back down. You talk to those 6 people. And so you do 1 group per slide so they get a chance. Now they can still talk. They're just muted when they're off to the side. And when you want them to speak, you bring them up to the top. So you're only talking to like 6 people at a time, but you need to keep cycling through to do it. And I usually give stars when they're at the top, and when, every slide, and bring them down so I know which group I've done. And it's a lot more clicking, a lot of clicking around, and I'm starting to get the dance of it. There's definitely a dance for it. Excuse me, but I haven't quite figured that out yet. So hopefully they'll be kind when they look at my first class and they go, oh, you did this right. Oh, you did this wrong. I'm sorry. They've got good training, and they help you in the classroom, like a practice classroom. When you go to schedule a practice classroom before your first class, there will be somebody in head office there with you, reviewing with you how each of the interactive slides work, how to bring people up, bring people down. They can answer your questions, because for me, it's been 4 months since my training. It's a totally different platform. I got to figure that out. So now I kind of do some of the dance in there a little bit. So, but working for any of these companies, they're similar but different. But if you know how to teach ESL online, you can kind of catch on to props, speaking slowly, repetition, those kinds of things to all the companies. The only thing I have to learn is the platform and the clicking and the where do I click and how do I open up, how do I draw on the screen, how do I type on the screen, what are the best ways to do things. So we're just working on the dance. Okay. I think that's all I can talk about for now. If you're here and you liked it, press the thumbs up button. It'll help out with the algorithms. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below, or the chat box, or the live chat, or whatever. Even though the live chat's going to end pretty soon. But please leave a comment if you have any questions about my 4 or even 5 companies that I'm working for: Blingabc, Gogokid, VIPKID, a little bit itutorgroup, if I can get back with them, and outschool. One of the other quick reasons that I'm not sure if I want to go back to itutorgroup is this summer they changed their background requirements. They require a white background with stuff on it. And I live in a rental with wood paneling. I can't change the background. I mean, this is like, old 80s style wood paneling. So I've added some stickers, but I don't know if it will count as a white, or if I have to put some paper up, or I don't know. So I'm still thinking about that one. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Casey, for the live thumbs up. I know it's my first one. Hopefully not my last one. I know. It'd be hard to change my background all the time. I agree, Mandy. So just keep it simple. I want to keep it whatever is the basis for all companies. I can do, like, Blingabc requires a welcome sign. I'm like, great. Welcome can work with any company. Done. White background, it could work for any company. So if I want to go that way, I could do that way. So just keep it generic and fun and kid-friendly, but also adult-friendly, so I'm liking these. And I've got a video you can check out my profile that shows how my students and I, upper levels, have made these. Okay, guys, have a great Sunday. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you whenever. Bye, everyone.